with 𝗤𝗄𝗧. We're the Beijing warrior. Everybody asking for he. Where he gone? Come, Carly, 𝗤𝗄𝗧. Carly. Boss man, come over here. Cheese on breads. They can't get no peace and serenity out here at all this morning with these people with me. Me, myself, and I misbehaving terrible, as you can hear. 𝗤𝗄𝗧 is not assisting in any way possible. Good morning to the 22 that are on board. Welcome to beautiful, beautiful Barbados. And if you are not sure where we are at Paradise Beach, and we're on the west coast of the island today. A big north swell coming in off of Tammy and a cold front generating this general direction. So our thoughts were to come here and see how the Kierans were standing up, or our wave warriors. They seem to be doing well. A couple of them are down, probably by some human being, I would imagine, has knocked them down. But either which way, we're going to show you that. We did say this morning that we had 5 things, or 5 reasons why people come to Barbados. All of them are not very clear right now, but there are actually more than 5. There are many, many, many. As you can see, one is obviously for the stunning beauty and the serenity and peace that you have encountered here for the first 6.5 minutes. That is now coming to an end. Good morning to each and everyone. Welcome to Fatigue Friday. Although we had no queue in the community yesterday, we are exhausted. I will be speaking for myself in this part. Me, myself, and I. That is a royal week. So good morning to each and every one of you all, and welcome to this morning's bacon. And how are you? You good? Yeah, so you're having a nice time, so nice views and stuff. You're gonna share them with them. Awesome. All right, so good morning from Mr. Handsome, not Mr. Handsome from Q, the real most handsome man in the world. That would be me. Obviously my co-star, who I make look amazing when I stand up next to her, and from beautiful Barbados. All right, I noticed as I started talking, everybody jumped off. We had 22, now we're down to 16. But I think the reason is that they were not getting to see me, so they left. Now I put myself on screen. Well, they do not know, so they're lost, no problem. Good morning to each and every one of you all again. Paradise Beach. We'll be saying our Serenity prayer in a couple of moments' time. Hopefully you'll be able to join us. Remember, it is a prayer for peace and direction and guidance and comfort and understanding. Understanding that we're only responsible for ourselves, and we cannot control anybody else or anything else but our own actions and reactions and love and care and kindness. And we ask that you make sure and you give out tons of that today to everyone that you come across. All right, beautiful, beautiful scenery. We're just north of the Deepwater Harbour and also of the Mighty Highway, known as the Spring Garden Highway. And we're just in the area that used to be known as Paradise Beach, or is known as Paradise Beach. And it was mainly called that because of the hotel that was here originally. We'll talk a little bit about that, touch a little bit on that, touch a little bit on everything this morning. However, we want to show you this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful morning. We've seen some glows this morning, pinks this morning that were just breathtaking. I don't know if you saw the screen capture that we put up this morning in our preamble, where the moon had down here looking as though it was a sunset or a sunrise. Gorgeous, gorgeous clouds. By the time we came, that had gone. It was a little bit too bright for that, but you can still see the absolutely beautiful pinks, especially in that cloud mass to the west of us. All right, so we're going to say our Serenity prayer. Hopefully you will join us, and then we will start off our walk this morning and enjoy our Fatigue Friday stroll. As you can see, there's a little set coming in here. Nothing big yet, but it's predicted to get a lot bigger than this here. All right, so let us go. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Your will, not ours, be done. Amen. I hope you all enjoyed that circle of love, the silence that came with it, because she's not going to stop talking for the rest of the day. I will try and keep quiet, but she's going to talk in my ear anyhow. You may not hear her. Why is your
lie?
so early in the morning? I mean, be peaceful, no? What a way of teasing. All right, so quick explanation. We're going to start right here. First of all, the outside reef of 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻. You may see that sometimes. Very small at the moment. It's still coming in with a little bit of north on it. Hasn't fully swung in from the west. You can see the angle. It's moving from the north towards the south. That will actually, hopefully later on today. I was watching wave charts this morning and last night actually, and it showed that between 5 and 7 that the swell direction went back a little bit more easterly, and then from 7 o'clock on it comes back in from the north-northwest. So that's going to be quite interesting later on today. I am sure we will be on the spot later on today, bringing you some coverage this afternoon time, hopefully. If the swells do get up the way we expect, we hope to be able to cover that for you. But this morning, we brought you here to show you some of the beauty that's along the west coast, and something very different. Because a lot of people come to this west coast this island and do not understand when we say on our vlogs or other places that they hear it, that the west coast can be very dangerous. You can clearly see that right now. It is very dangerous, a lot of backtow going on. Although the tide is dropping, it will get more severe later on as the tide starts to come back in again. I would expect it to get pretty intense later on, but out here it's going to be beautiful, I hope. Alright, so 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻 is what you're seeing, the outside reef. If you were at the harbour, there are a couple of breaks that go along the 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻 reef itself out there. But that's one of the main areas. Usually out there is pumping. I mean, huge. Like when we get a big north swell off of cold fronts, that can get to twice to triple times overhead. Very, very big. Now, right where you're seeing that wave breaking the center of the screen, that was reason number 1 for bringing you here. Not the most important reason, but reason number 1. We're doing it in order as where we're standing, and that's Paradise Left. There's an old oil pipe that runs out there. I haven't been out there for a little while, so I'm assuming the pipe's still there, or at least the basin of where the pipe used to be, that used to go off here to oil boats and stuff on the outside, tankers, etc. And also to bring into the refinery, which is just on the inside section there. Not refinery, sorry, for the light and power station. But that's just 𝗏𝗏𝗄𝐻 Bay that you're seeing the boats out there in the distance. The corner there is where Paradise Villas used to be, and that was the villa section of the hotel that was here at one time. And all of this area here that's overgrown with all of this foliage and bush and growth. This is where the Paradise Beach Hotel used to be. If you remember, it was a beach bar restaurant located immediately in the center of the screen here. It was just about beach level itself with a little small wall in front with thatched roof and stuff. Absolutely beautiful and tropical. However, that was used as Cunard Cruise Lines just used that for their main executive, I don't know how to say, officers that were on their cruise ships. It was also used as one of their main hotels where people would come for a pre- or post cruise and stay at the Cunard Beach Hotel. That's what it used to be, Paradise Beach Hotel. Over the years, Sandals had an interest here. They had this land for a long period of time. Then the government brought it back from them and resold it again to a project that was going on here. Unfortunately, that's gone belly up. You can see how many millions of dollars have been put in construction here so far, and it just went belly up to the round of money, unfortunately. A lot of people were paying $1 million for one of these condos. Paid $1 million towards the construction of these condos. That money has gone down the drain for them. And I would imagine quite a bit more as well. That would be US dollars I'm talking about. Beautiful, beautiful old structures that were here originally. If you remember those days, it was one of the only 2 Olympic pools in the island. It was one here, Olympic-sized pools, and also the one at North Point Beach Resort. Since then, we have the aquatic center that's taken over because neither of those are in existence anymore. And as you would know, we have some amazing swimmers here in Barbados that are actually representing on the world circuit now and doing very, very well. Before we go any further, I just want to draw to you who we are, what we are for those that are finding us this morning or in later times on the vlog itself. We are the EMC gathering. We formed out of COVID. So COVID brought a lot of things, although it brought a lot of sadness and broken hearts for us because we lost family members and loved ones. Many of us have lost them over the time. It still brought some beautiful things, as in we resorted to some beautiful things. This is one of them, EMC, Early Morning Crew. The name came from when Barbados was under shutdown and we were only permitted out between 6 and 9, and then they shut us down again, complete shutdowns in the island. And we used to take the opportunity to run out really quickly in the morning and dash to different locations around the island and show you sunrise. So Early Morning Crew, that's where it formed from. The heart represents what we're all about. It's about spreading love, about spreading kindness and cheer and the love for our fellow man. Anyone looking at this here will know how important and how much this means to us, because this is what we do every day. We are challenged like everyone else, but what we try to do is base our foundation on love and the care for our fellow man, and then we try and spread that wherever possible. And because we are able to absorb it and feel it and spread it, we get more and more and more. So we're asked to give away our blessings and they will be bestowed on us tenfold, and that's what happens every day. The we represents we. This is not a me, it's not a Jeanette, it's not a Trisha, it's not a Cheryl, it's not a Ray Cope, it's not any individual person. It's all about us. Each and every one of us create what the EMC stands for and what the EMC represents, and that is because we do it together. Like any other family, we may have our squabbles, however, foundation is love. So forgiveness and move on. All right, so EMC, all about we. All right, so swells. I just got a tap from my co-star who's watching my back for me. We must have had a good set that just came through here, because as you can see, there's a nice surge on the shore break here itself. A lot of sand is built up out here. It is quite beautiful actually. Really, really beautiful out here this morning. It's been swept clean by the higher tides and the swell that's coming in. So it is really nice. A lot of sand is on this section. This will be shifting all around when the coming months with the north swells that we'll be incurring. All right, number 2 reason for coming there. Again, we have come, we're going to do this in order, not as in priorities, but in order. The Paradise Right, that you may have seen these small swells are breaking coming in here. What a lot of you may not know is anytime the west coast is closing out, I mean like Sandy Lane and Tropicana, with aka Thunder Bay. So in case you're not familiar with Tropicana, is the fort, which is down in Spikestown, Miramar. When they start to close out and are unrideable, there are a couple of places in Barbados that remain rideable. One is this one here, because it goes further and further northward along the reef and outside of the reef. And then the other one I would have to say would be down in front of where the coach house used to be, which is in Paynes Bay Beach itself. That does not seem to stop getting bigger. It could take any swell because it breaks and comes into a sand area, just very much like this one as well. So the bigger the swell gets, the further out it moves off of the reef, and the further up inside you can actually take off. You can take off on barrels where you're seeing that wave breaking now, obviously a little bit outside, and ride the entire way along this outside reef. And in this center of the bay, as you will have the swell that's coming from the Paradise left to this here, they will join in the center of the bay here and close out. This rock you will not see, or these rocks here you will not see at high tide. These rocks I have seen claim boards, skegs on boards, the bottom of boards, skin off of people, and also damage people severely. So you're surfing, remember the underlying damage or the unseen damage is just below, inches below the actual surface, especially west coast. There's a nice set that's coming across here. Will give you an understanding of the swell. Now when it breaks further out, it's going to be way out of there and breaking along that same line. Multiple peaks in here. You have to be pretty quick, but you will get some of the most amazing and long barrels you will experience anywhere in this island, right here in Paradise Right. As you walk back in this direction here, you're going to see more and more surf. So this is reason number 2 for coming down here. This morning is not really a surf breaks of Barbados. That's something that we have up there in the category, but we will certainly be putting that into the category this morning. So this will not only go into Barbados at sunrise or sunset, this will also go into the surf breaks of Barbados as well. So surfers will be able to pick up those. We have quite a few around the island, not on the big days yet, but we are it's a building how to say, yeah, a building line of vlogs that we have taken day after day when the west coast has been breaking. It hasn't done it too often, and also from other breaks around the island. What we try and do is we try and get well-known surfers to talk about the break when we go to the locations. For example, we've had Alan Burke at South Point, we've had Christopher Clark at Brandon's, we've had Mark Holder down at the church in the west coast, all talking us through the actual breaks. Mark actually did it as a surfer, that we could watch him and see how he had lined up and stuff. So you can always find that in surf breaks in Barbados. It is in that category. But beautiful. The coral out here, very unlike any other coral on the island. This is like a shale coral. You'll see it in multiple levels. Now I'll carry you a little closer and show you in a few minutes. Actually can do that right now here. Look at this set that's coming in. Small, but it's looking really promising for the surfers. So Waxat, I'm sure Maycox and Sandy Lane and other areas will see going off this morning. Check the set coming in outside. So imagine that another, I would say 15 yards out and breaking from outside there, but barreling and like double overhead, triple overhead on real big occasions, and working their way right down through here. You can see, if you have an understanding of surf, you will understand how this wall is building and how it progresses and goes down into that section down in there. So beautiful. All right, so talking about this coral again, very shaly, very fragile, especially on the edges. Some of this here is like paper thin, not particularly this one. I'll show you a little bit further on, but this is being worn down from people walking over it, from rocks rolling around the shore break, from rough seas and stuff. But I'll show you a little further on what it's like, and I explain to you why we say it's very fragile and why we ask you to take care, especially when you're walking on the reef in this section here. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. You can't really find it much more beautiful than that. You can't ask for anything more beautiful than that, or you shouldn't. All right, so this is number 3 reason that we came down here this morning. It was to see how these would withstand these swells that were coming in, especially ones in front. We thought that it was going to be a little bit bigger from what we saw on the Gibbs's number 2 webcam. We thought it'd be a lot bigger than this. We also have been watching webcams all morning. This we've been waiting on for a little while. This swell that we've heard about, it's finally coming in. We were busy between this vlog this morning and this afternoon, so don't expect too much interaction, but we will be hopefully if swells pick up and time gives us the opportunity, bring you more surf this afternoon. So keep an eye out for that if you're online. All right, these guys we like to call the wave warriors. They watch over the waves that are coming in and protect our shoreline. That's what we like to say, or I like to say anyhow, our EMC. These are built by an artist that comes here. I cannot remember his name offhand, but surely, okay, we're going to watch his set though. You can see that wall, how you can work this wall right down the inside section through the inside peak. A little bit small at the moment, but you will understand how amazing out here can get basically on that line. If you're a surfer, you'll be able to understand that for sure. All right, so these are being constructed by an individual here. I cannot remember his name, so someone could tag him for me, or I'll put him in the tag later on today, or put the tag of this location in for you. Perfectly balanced items. There are a few people that come down here and lean up on these. I'm not going to call any names this morning, but lean up on them and knock them over on other people. That has happened. It also has happened to a lot of children, and also pets have been injured with these, not these particular ones, but internationally. So most places in the world dismantle these. When people put them up, as fast as they go up, they're knocked down. And that is because of the dangers that are involved. I mean, if a little kid comes across here and pulls one rock from the base of this, it's all coming down. If they come over here and skylark and running behind it, playing hide and seek and holding on to that to get around the corner quick, they're going to come down on them. Likewise, if they're pets that get caught up in here with their leads as they're walking, these will also come down. So they can be very, very dangerous, although they're absolutely beautiful. The work of art is incredible. This is turned into a tourist attraction in Barbados. I use the word tourist because that's what it's called. But you know, I do not call anyone that visits Barbados a tourist. I call them visitors to the island or part-time Bajans. Visitors are people who have Barbados in an itinerary for this year or next year. They'll go somewhere to South America or somewhere else. The part-time Bajan is the person that returns here year after year and spends months and months upon months or weeks upon weeks at the same location and come back here and make Barbados their home. So they're part-time Bajans. As you can see, my co-star is actively busy this morning. We really are sorry we didn't get the opportunity to bring Q in the community to you yesterday. We were talking in our preview of Q the day before about rains and stuff. We did say that come unless CBC cancels it, which they did. So most people, we were actually in Bridgetown making our way there when Jeanette saw the comments come up saying it was cancelled, or the notification. So we were able to turn around and get back through traffic before 4 o'clock, which was still pretty intense because it was raining. And if you've been to Barbados and you've driven while it's raining here, you will know that everything slows right down, and it will take you 3 times longer to get in any location. From Bridgetown to Rockley, for example, can take you over an hour if it's raining on a congested afternoon. Beautiful 𝗂𝗍𝗓𝗓. You can look at these and see different objects and different structures. I saw one over there that looked like a seahorse. I see one over there that looks, yeah, you saw the seahorse as well? Okay, so what other ones have you seen this morning? Anything else really in particular? All different types, huh? You can stay here and look at these all day long and it looks like something different. Just beautiful. Look at the fine artistry here of this balancing. All of these here are balanced the same way. I've seen a lot of people come here. I know Jeanette usually comes here and puts at least a rock up or two, just balance them off. And I know some people have come here to attempt to put up rocks and knock them down. You can see quite a few of them have been on the ground recently. As I don't know if these are people knocking them down or if it is the sea conditions, because swells were right up on Paradise Beach this morning, right up to the actual the growth on the beach itself, further up in the embankment. So it's very possible that some of these here could have got knocked down. And we also had some very heavy rains, accompanied by gusty winds over the last 2 days as well. And that is a possibility as well, but beautiful. We did mention, or a few minutes ago, we'd show you a little bit more in depth of the corals. I like to use this shelf here itself to show you. This is how this coral is made up. Very unlike anywhere else on the island. There are a couple of places in West you'll find it. You can see how fragile this is. So if you're coming down here and walking across this shelf here, please do not step on the side of it. Do not step on the edge. Make sure you step on somewhere up inside that's solid. If you step on the edges here, you will break off the edges. They are very, very fragile. As you can see, they actually look like paper thin in some of them. Very unusual, very beautiful formation. I don't know if you're seeing the pinks this morning, but here is just absolutely stunning. All right, we make our way across. Remember, this entire area, we did talk this morning. Oh, the set's coming. So while that set's coming, so I could talk. This morning we also talked about bringing your umbrella. If you not a problem if it was raining, for you to get wet by the rain. Our concern is to get wet by the water that's coming off of the Manchineel trees. If you're not familiar with Manchineel trees and you're coming to Barbados, I highly recommend that you go online, put in Manchineel tree and have a look at it. It is known as the most dangerous tree in the world, and that is because the sap from it will blister you. If you scuff up the little small apples, they will also, like under your towel and it seeps through, that will also blister you. If you break a branch or rub up on a branch or lean on the bark or sit on the bark, that will also blister you, and if water comes off of the actual tree itself, you will get blistered as well. So please make yourselves familiar with the Manchineel tree. This is it directly in front of us. Some of them are ringed with red around hotel areas mainly, or around like parks. However, a lot of them are around that have no rings on them. So please familiarize yourself with the bark and the leaf actual shape, so that you'll be aware of what's matching if you're coming here. You'll find a lot of growth on the beach. You'll find the sea grape bush, you'll find the Manchineel tree, and you also find things like casuarina and stuff. They all help to hold the sand in place by the root structures. Manchineel, the reason why, a lot of people say, well, why don't they get rid of Manchineel if it is so dangerous? And the reason is because it is a perfect mangrove tree. It actually holds the sand and protects, and will grow in any kind of conditions pretty much. You will see a lot of them here have fallen recently, parts of them and their roots and stuff. Remember, do not hold on to these here, do not balance on them, and don't run across them, please. You also have the mahogany here as well. So don't be confused. You can find your shelter spots in certain areas, but if it's raining, I definitely recommend putting up an umbrella or getting from under trees unless you're familiar with what they are. When I was younger, you know, I like to say all the time, I don't like to say when I was young because I am still extremely young. I'm 52 years old, 5th of April 1971. I like to stress that. People say, man, Nicholas, you ain't that young. Yes, I am that young. I may not look it because I've had a rough life, but you can imagine how handsome I would be if I did not have a rough life, because I'm already shockingly, amazingly, stunningly beautiful. Here's a set coming in from the other angle. You can see how the lineup of it is and the direction it's taken. I'm going to jump up on that rock. So, I don't want to wet my beach shoes unnecessarily this morning. Rough conditions down here for sure. As I was saying before, when I was younger, see, I didn't forget because my brain is young and I can retain things like forever. This area was all soil and sand. All these trees here have been exposed, all the roots have been exposed over the last few years. Well, not few, say the last 20 years or so. Because all up here, we used to drive before they made the Backsrock Park itself. 51 plus VAT, rake up. I see you get this morning smart. You obviously have been fixing on coffee and stuff, and you got your calculator because, oh, it won't be a calculator, it'll be a abacus or something so. I said 52. I said 52. Oh, that's rake up is wrong. Okay. Rake up's trying to make it younger. Rake up, yeah, thanks a lot for that, co-star. Thank you for helping me out there. Rake up, you know what to do. All right, so here's a branch of the Manchineel is broken off. You can see it how much wood was already moved from the limbs, but those parts are being broken and moved away from here. But anyhow, as I was saying, all this area here would have been soil and sand that we were walking on, and then you would have had the beach on top of this entire shoal of coral. You wouldn't have seen hardly any of this, maybe just that extremes out there, but nothing on the inside section because this would have been all under sand. Remember, at different times of the year, the sand down here will move. You will walk down here, you will not see this rock on occasions. This will be completely obscured by sand and covered by sand. However, there are other times you can see you walk down here and see it like this, and this is usually around when the north swell comes in, which is November, January, February, March. However, at the moment, what we're seeing is we're seeing the swells that are going up and got up in cold fronts, big cold fronts, like from Tammy, again push back in this direction. Bats Rock out there, as you can see, it's definitely got a good surf on it. We get closer to that for you to enjoy that as well. Beautiful. All the area that we used to drive across here originally has been stopped now. When they were working on the Paradise construction for this area, we used to be able to come down through tracks here just north of the gas station. All the roads that come down through there have been blocked now. They have put up blockades and stuff there to stop you from accessing this point. I believe you can still access it coming down through by where Tower Hotel used to be, or the Paradise Villas, and come through the bush itself. I believe so. I haven't done it for a little while, so I'm not too sure. But last time I did come down here, you could access it that way. What a beautiful morning. And how could I possibly say what a beautiful morning without obviously letting you see me? Because, I mean, nothing. Oh, you want to get in it as well?
No, I
She
don't.
wants to look beautiful, so she said, I want to stand up next to you. You want to stand up next to me so you can look absolutely beautiful and standing as well? Okay. You can see, no trouble this morning because she's tired.
No, I'm not.
You're not tired this morning?
No.
Oh, you feel wide awake?
Yeah.
Oh, you're ready to go? Charged and fully ready to go? You there?
Yeah.
Let's do it then. That's great. Well, I am still feeling fatigued Friday. I don't mind her. I am very, very tired. She went to sleep like before the chickens actually went into the roost, she was sleeping. Not really, but I'm going to tell you all that because she really can't hear me right now. And I went to sleep a lot later than her. Oh, you can hear me? Sneaking up on you. You gotta watch her. She was like 5 feet behind me, and then just right there. One paddle board, man, on the outside. Don't know how great it's going to be out there for him. It should be good because it's breaking right into the shore break. At Bats Rock, you always see that in a couple of minutes time. Remember, you do not want to be fooling around with this ocean if you do not know it, if you're not a surfer. Even surfers have to exercise caution when it gets really big down here, or anywhere in the island when it gets really big. But please, do not come on the west coast and say, oh, my calm little swimming place today has a little swell. Let me go for a little body surf. Because this shore break will annihilate you, literally speaking. The shore break that's coming through today, right now, remember the tide's dropping off. It will get a lot more water movement later on as the tide starts to come back in. But the shore break will dust you out. There's no question about that. So be very careful. You may not come back in if you go out here. We have lost many, many people, especially at Bats Rock, at this same place in front of us, who have gone into the actual area where people usually swim directly in the center of the screen, and then they get sucked back out by the undertow coming off of a backwash of a big swell that's come in and get pulled under, and that is the end of that. That is no joke. We do not want to sound morbid, but we want to paint the picture for you to understand how dangerous out here can be. Here and other spots. We were just talking about here at the moment. Okay, reason number 4 for coming here. Bats Rock break. Can get a right out here, but it's mainly a left. Very, very big break when it's going off. This is another place that will hold until the entire west coast shuts down. This is another break you can go on. However, this is a powerful break. Do not get confused. This is deep water here. This is like Mullins, another deep break that's down on the west coast, further down there to Spikestown. Those are 2 breaks that will deceive you easily. A lot of them will deceive you, but there are 2 especially. You will go out, see this huge ocean swell, and then you start dropping, you realize that, wow, this is a lot steeper and bigger than it looked. And also you will find yourself in a washing machine effect. You will get spun all over the place. Mullins more notorious for that here, but here is also the same way. But mainly it's a left, but I have ridden many rights out here, as many people have done so as well. The rights put you in a situation where it's hard to get back out, especially if all of here is closing out in one big swell, which I've been out here for. My last recollection of a huge day down here was one New Year's morning when one of our brothers, Jeffrey Kiefer, was hit at his break, which was Tropicana. And Jeffrey was a notorious Tropicana surfer. He was, I would have to say, one of the best that ever surfed Tropicana. and he was pulled across the reef and shredded on Tropicana Reef on that New Year's morning. Jeff, good morning to you. If you're on, you will be painting a memory there, but although it is a painful one that you had at the time, I'm sure that it will give you a memory of your youth and what you used to do, and also what we used to do all together on the beaches. I'm surprised at how much sand is still here because of the surge that's coming through, because most of the sand will move, I am sure, later on. This is right in front of 𝐵𝗂𝐵𝗲. This is a beach restaurant and bar here. Very popular with a lot of people on the island. They had one up at the Hilton Hotel. Those doors have closed on that. I don't know if they're going to reopen, but they're formally closed at the moment. Haven't seen any signage about reopening either. This place here is a beautiful spot to come and watch sunsets, or just to hang out and have, I don't know how to say it, even breakfast. We've had breakfast here after one of our 𝗳𝗟𝗃 Saturdays, but this is more I would say for the afternoon and into the evening time. Really beautiful, beautiful location. Doesn't look like much. When these umbrellas go up, bar opens, and there are people sitting here, you will know it will look completely different. The swing here, a lot of people have taken that photo opportunity there. Unfortunately, my co-star cannot go on it, but I can tell you it's a beautiful photo opportunity for you. This morning we were greeted by a canine dog by the security up here. Greeted, brother. That jumped the 𝗪𝗪𝗪𝗪 out of me. He's a Rottweiler. Did not see him, and I came around the corner and was confronted by a moving shadow. So I had to skate and go along. Alright, so these are red bands we're talking about with Manchineel. You will find this on areas that are heavily used, especially by vacationers or part-time Bajans or whatever. You'll find red rings around them. That indicates how serious and dangerous it is. So stay away from them. Like right now, you would not want to swing if it was raining, because you will be getting blistered intensely for sure. A lot of sand down here. Very, very happy to see this. So maybe the beach will survive this surge that's going on. Look, interested in seeing what down 𝗳𝗏 and stuff looks like later on with the swell. So hopefully we'll be able to bring that to you. There are two webcams down here. There's one that faces the north. Them up here, I'll show you. So we may be on one right now. Mr. 𝗂𝗏𝗏, Mr. Malicious, cautious, and most gypsy one of all. Good morning to you, my brother, and anyone else that's on the webcam. That's the one that's facing us now. The other one is pointing further down the coastline itself. Usually conditions out here like a lake. You can normally come out here and go in and see it anytime with no problem whatsoever. Again, you have to be careful if there's any kind of current and stuff going on. But today is a day you do not want to go in and see. Just so you will know, you can actually walk from here and continue walking right down through Prospect Beach, right on to Fitz Village and beyond onto Crystal Cove, all along here with only about maybe a knee deep of water, waist deep at the absolute most in that general area there. Brilliant signal. We've done a couple of live vlogs from there, so you can have a look and see. You'll see put in Prospect and YouTube, and you'll find that going across there today is not a day we would even venture or even think about going across there. But if you get good calm conditions and you can get a good low tide, especially around a full moon that we call a super low, very easy to walk around that section here, maybe in hit or less of water. But beautiful and calm in that general area. It's also lovely to go underneath that cliff and look at all the fossilized coral that's over there as well. Beautiful formations of fan coral and grain coral embedded in the cliff itself have been preserved because there's no water that hits them or no one walks over them. Alright, so Bats Rock. Reason number 4 for coming down here. Here's our paddleboarder having some fun. You want to see him wipe out? Oh, you don't want to see him have a good surf. You want to see him wipe out. You all just heard that comment from her herself. So you all will know where she is. She doesn't care about the man having a good ride. She wants to see him wipe out. Alright, we may get the chance to see that. Don't worry. We saw some fishermen this morning that were out here. Came down. We spoke to them. One gentleman in particular. I said to him, boy, you got a bigger swell out there. You can't cast a rod today. He said, man, no, it's going to be okay. Came out here, looked on the beach, came back and said, boy, it's way too rough. We're getting too much today. But as you can see, this place here gets tons and tons of water that's coming in. Another peak is about to come in now. When these sets here are big, you're generally taking off in that area there, way, way out in the ocean, and it will work its way right down into the bay. You cannot ride to the shore because the shore breaking here is like a massive wall of water that comes down on you one time, so you have to cut out before. Unless you're coming to the shore, of course. Generally, when you're out here surfing and you catch waves come in, you would normally ride and come in into this section here with the actual foam, rather than going to the intense shore break that you're going to witness in a second when you turn back there. That's right there for you to see. That is small. Yeah, I've seen down here 4 or 5 times bigger than that. That is not a joke. Alright, so our number 5 reasons of kind is ignorance. A surf break that's just out there in the point. That is on the point there. You see the tree is overhanging, dead center of the camera now. That is the shallowest, fastest right break in Barbados. That's where you find the boys and numerous other guys really cranking. A lot of people do not go out there because of shallowness. Again, there are a couple of hidden rocks out there. If you put in that in the YouTube channel, you will see I had Josh Burke walking us through how you paddle out and how you come in and the safety aspects of it. So have a look at that if you like. Surf breaks in Barbados. We caught that down here with a big north swell, and he was telling us about it. We actually unfortunately got there the day after the huge swell, but he was still able to walk us through and tell us a little bit more about the description on it. As I said, we like to get people that are actively surfing or people that are notorious for certain breaks. I had to call them the legends of certain breaks to walk us through. It's not that I haven't surfed all of them. It just is that I want them to be described and explained by someone different that's actually in the water or has been given the respect of being the legend of that break. So that's where we tend to pick up on folks when we're doing our walks, especially when it's coming to the surf breaks of Barbados. I'm going to take you to a different angle here. We're going to end our walk on this beach at the very end here of the beach itself, just so you can appreciate the size of the shore break. I'm going to turn you on it as we're walking so you can see. Now, you will understand that doesn't look very big right now, but the amount of water there that's moving is heavy. You don't want to be caught in this area. You can see the currents are going back off of the beach. You can see how it's sucking up as the shore breaks coming in because of the water going back like right now. So if you're standing up here in knee or waist deep of water and a big set comes in, you will see the sea coming up to here. But when a big set's coming in, you can see clearly that the sea has been all up here over last night. Fresh footprints on the sand. You can see the sand is still wet. You can see all the root structure and the mud has been pulled away. So high tide out here is going to be a completely different story. So if you come down here and you stand in this shore break and a set comes through, you're going to get mauled. All right, there's a shot of that surf break that we're talking about. Now again, we're talking about a swell out there that is double overhead, that someone will go in the barrel and put out their arms and still can't touch either side, or put their hands above their head and can't touch the top of the barrel. This is a spectacular surf break to watch. Access to that break now is almost gone, as in the two different properties that were open there by the window to the sea that used to be accessible to get to that general area, they have gone, or they're being built on at the moment, or they have been blocked off by barriers. So to get to that now is going to be very difficult. There is one more little spot there you can get through, or you're going to have to come from the side of Fitz Village and come up through by the church and walk your way along into Prospects, or from this side here. But have a look at the shore break that's coming in now. There's a set on the outside. I'm going to turn you back for that in a minute. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful representation of true natural power here. You can see that. You've been down here with us where we walked the sand right out to that rock that you're seeing distance there, and I walk along there quite comfortably. But you can see clearly it's being right up here. Look at the soil erosion up here over last night. They're expecting a much, much bigger swell. An indication of how much sand has moved. Look at the colors on the rocks here. The lighter color would have been covered by the sand, so you wouldn't have had the weathering. The above color would have had all the weathering for overhead sun and rain conditions and stuff. So you will see that sand has been here and it has moved over the last few months or last few weeks. A lot of sand has moved from here. It goes and it comes. We have lost a lot of sand on the west coast, but it has that motion throughout the year. Depending on what time of the year you come, you're going to see different sand designs and structures and outlays of beaches. As I said this morning, we were really surprised to see how much sand was over to the south of this beach. However, now we realize why, because all the sand has moved from here with the swells and the currents. Look at that hollow, perfect break out there. I'm not going to zoom in. I don't want to lose the quality of the photo. I'm going to leave it as it is, but hopefully you'll be able to get high enough resolution to see the set that's coming through on the outside, it looks like, and also the one that's coming through here at Bats Rock. This guy is readying himself. You may see a wipeout now, so get ready. Told my co-star, get ready. You may see a wipeout now. Gotta set this wall, looks a little bit quick. Let's see how it goes. Sadly, no wipeout. So she's disappointed. But you can see how the shore break is coming through here. This is a danger zone right here because you will get pulled away from here by the backwash, and you can see what's happening here. Put on another 6, 8, 10 foot on top of this here, literally speaking. You will understand. So we are seeing that little shadow there starting to shape. Behind this one, like right there, that's where it'll be breaking. Right there, right across this entire bay. There is no escape if you're caught in this area here for sure. Once again, look at that barrel and that long ray coming up from down inside. Definitely worthy of coming, sitting here and watching it, especially from this angle, because you're watching guys up in the barrel. Great to watch if you have your right camera equipment. And you can see what that set is producing here as well, another set. Surfers, you all should be on the road already. I would imagine you certainly are. Some of you at 𝗍𝗏, some of you at 𝗣𝗑𝗲, as the tide is mid-tide right now. I would imagine a lot of breaks, fires as well, etc., which is down there by the 𝗲𝗏 cement plant or by the cement plant. All of those will be going off this morning. And a lot of those secret breaks along the west coast. Remember, any of the peaks or points that you find on the west coast are areas that will break when there's a swell, because it breaks off the reef into the sand bay that's around it. For example, at Church Point, breaks into the bay, 𝗂𝗏𝗏 itself. So you'll find many breaks along the west coast that you never thought were surfable, many breaks along the west coast where there's no one. Remember, this is our longest coastline, and there are a multitude of breaks that don't carry names on them that are amazing. They're secret breaks all over the west coast. So when you come to Barbados, if you're looking for the big north swell, take a few minutes to get yourself familiar. If you're going up to 𝗣𝗑𝗏, stop at a couple of places and have a look. God, oh yeah, 𝗍𝗏, yeah, 30 seconds behind. I'm glad it's slow. If you're walking with me, you won't be able to keep up. Remember to take your vitamins, 𝗍𝗏, and get whatever kind of assistance that you may need to walk with me. Maybe a pair of old spring shoes or something like that there. You know, the ones that have the suspension that help you to walk faster. You're going to need those to keep up with me. But I'm looking forward to dusting it out this year anyhow. It's not a problem. I should say, we are dusting out 𝗍𝗏 while we're walking this year. Yeah? Beautiful. We hope you've enjoyed this little walk with us this morning. It's not going to be a long one, and I'm not going to talk much. So excuse me for all the bouts of silence that you may have had while we're working our way across here. Excuse us for this extremely short vlog this morning. But we just want to bring you the beauty of Barbados on this Fatigue Friday. As I said before, we will be sharing a little bit more with you hopefully today. If God spares life and everything works out well, we're going to bring you some spectacular surf as it starts to pick up this afternoon as the swell direction changes for hopefully even a more powerful swell down here. Now, why I say for more, hopefully, people say, well, how could he hope for destruction of the coastline? I'm not hoping for destruction of the coastline, but if the swells are coming in, hopefully we will get them that we can show you them. Remember, tomorrow, big day for us. It's our 𝗳𝗟𝗘 Saturday. It's a day that I can sit back and I can talk a little bit more because I can socialize with everyone that's on the walk with us. I gotta catch your expression when you say that.
Can you talk a little more?
Yeah, I'll talk a little more.
You're not talking at all.
No, today it's very quiet, isn't it? I've made my excuse, so people know I'm tired today. That's why I'm not talking much. So, you want to say anything to anyone before we go? You want to tell anybody come and join us? Oh, look, we got another good wave. Okay, so yeah. All right, so this is beautiful Barbados. We are at 𝗣𝗏𝗏 Beach. We're just slightly north of the 𝗂𝗏𝗏 restaurant and bar, beach restaurant and bar beach facility. We're looking into the Prospect area, which is just over here to our right. And then beyond that is where you'll find Fitz Village and beyond. Remember, tomorrow is 𝗳𝗟𝗘 Saturday. Tomorrow, we are going to be treated to a whole set of lies that you will not know are lies because it will be put over to you so smoothly by the most accommodating and cheerful, smiling person that is in our family. And that would be Miss 𝗍𝗏, but she is really a terrible person on Saturday when she holds my gimbal. She seems to transform into a mini me neck, which I love. So, hopefully you'll be able to join us tomorrow. Remember, we're going to be in Spikestown. For any of you that are on the island, or any of you that live here, if you live here, you're on the island. So let me go back again. For any of you that are on the island, we're hoping that you will come and join us tomorrow and share your serenity of peace and happiness with us. Because we don't just want to be walking by ourselves, we want to be walking with you as well. We want to meet you if we have not met you before, and if we've met you before, we want you to meet us again and come and join us. We will be starting by the Caboose, which is a little small boat that's been converted into a beautiful little tropical style bar and restaurant just to the north of what used to be 𝗍𝗏𝗄's Resort, where Sanders is proposing to go. It's just north of 𝗍𝗏𝗄's Beach itself, just before you get to Spikestown. That's where we're going to be generally meeting. And our walk will start just slightly down a little bit from the pier maybe, or on the pier in that general area. You'll be able to, oh, that is Wayne, man. So, I hope you will catch him and make him awkward, put him in an awkward situation and talk to him. But hopefully you'll join us tomorrow. As I said, we will be assembling. We put the times up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. All of them have it up. Times that we're gathering. I think it's 6, starting at 6:15 from the beach generally. And then be walking in a southerly direction into Spikestown. Oh, we got you surfing, man. I am so I was so happy to see her not fall off, but she was praying for her to fall off. She's saying, I want to see him get wiped out. Are you going, brother? You coming back for it later on when it picks up again?
No, I was going to West Annie, but
yeah,
a lot of cars here, so
yeah, a lot of fellas outside.
I said that's what it'll warm.
You got to go to work?
No, you off.
All right, so I don't know, you want to tell these people where you work? Or you're not really interested to tell people where you work? Too late, I got you in the spot.
Under the water, and I play above the water.
Nice, man, I love that, man. Have a great day, man. Good to see you, man. Thanks for greeting the world for me. This is who we have on board here at the moment. We have 26. We're running through YouTube now, so it's a nice quality. We caught you on some nice sets, man. Have a look at yourself, man. All right, take care. Have a blessed day, brother. All right, cool. Check it out, though. Nice sets coming through all the time. You can see the bay is going to wake up. Low tide now is going to make this bay a little bit more tedious in this area, but not as big as swell. But it will definitely make it a little bit more of a close-out session. But as you can see, comfortably a nice surf. So if any surfers are on board, get outdoors, get your boards, wax up. If you have to get a dot certificate, remember, come to Dr. Dean. I can write you a certificate at a very minimal charge that you can give to your employer, so that you do not get dot pay, because it's important that you get all your pay, because I want you to make your national insurance contributions so that I can get some money, because I'm retired. My pension needs you, so I'll make sure to safeguard your job with a dot certificate. Remember, I am versed at many different things. Actually, anything you could think about that's amazing, you will see my name there in the top of the list as being the most amazing person for that event or situation or practice. That would be me, of course. So from us, which is, of course, myself and my adorable co-star, who gives me life and generates my interest every day. More life and generates my interest, because of course I'm given life by God, but she has been sent to help me get through all the challenges and to make sure that the journey continues no matter what. So anytime that things look a little bit dark, she brings the light to me. So thank you, Jeanette, this morning for joining us again as usual. And to each and every one of you all, thanks again. Did I pull your hair? Sorry, I heard that was on film. I can't even edit it out because we're going live, but sorry for pulling your hair. She did it, look, she said oh with a smile though, that's the important part, huh? So from all of our EMC family, we bid you all farewell for today. Remember, tomorrow morning around 6:15 a.m. we're going to be bringing you something very special. That will be Miss Kier performing one of her miraculous days where you will be fooled continuously and not realize it. She'll probably insult you and you'll walk away saying, oh, she's such a sweet girl. That's because she does it so well. She has a very special art. I had nothing to do with that training, nothing to do with training her on lays, because as you all know, she perfects them better than me. But from everyone that's associated with EMC to everyone in the world that comes across this vlog today, we wish you all a peaceful day. Remember, it's all about love. That's our foundation. Love, 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 and then you have no room for any dislike, hate, envy, or anything else. If you understand what we are being put here for, and that's to help each other get through every day of life and enjoy life. Remember, life, I believe personally, life is built with challenges for our growth. So whenever, every day you wake up, you're going to have challenges. What is important is how we deal with those challenges, how we let them affect us. Do we carry someone else's anger or their dislike or their hatred with us? No, we do not do that. We're going to carry love today. We're going to saturate ourselves with so much love that that's the only thing that we breathe, taste and smell today. Have a great day from beautiful West Coast. Look at this set coming through. Oh, lost right across today. Beautiful West Coast. Oh, okay. Oh boy. I'm sorry I ever said that. And you know, from the beautiful West Coast today, very rough, very dangerous. We're going to bid you all farewell. This again is Bats Rock. That's the left there. You can see there's a small right. You can see the bays are going to close out now. Swells are getting bigger, as we had said. That between 5 and 7, it is a little more easterly. It's now starting to turn back to the north and west of north. And so it should get bigger and bigger, and hopefully we'll bring you that later on today. Have a great day, and remember, share your love, peace and happiness. Do not go in this water. If you're in Barbados, do not mess around with the coastlines today. Be safe. We want you tomorrow. If God gives you life tomorrow, we don't want you to take that away. Have a great day.